Well, what's up, dude and dudettes? Thanks so much for joining me today on another video here at Gideon's Tactical. I'm Aaron. We're talking about pocket knives and edge tools. And if you're watching this video, you're probably really curious on what is a really good pocket knife. You have a certain budget and you're like, I just want like a really good knife. Like what is it? And I get that question all the time, and I've gotten that a lot more recently from you guys. You know, what is your favorite pocket knife? What's the pocket knife that you take with you, regularly? If you could only have one, what would it be? Those type of questions. And so I figured now would be a good a time as any to revisit the Spyderco Manix 2 series and give you 3 reasons on why it's my favorite pocket knife. Reason number 1 is that I believe it's just the right size. It's just about perfect on its dimensions for both the blade and the handle. With the blade, you're looking at 3.375-inch overall blade length with a 3-inch cutting edge. Now, what's interesting is a lot of Spydercos, they may have about that long a blade length, but oftentimes it comes in at a cutting edge of like 2.25, 2.5, 2.75. This gives you a lot of real estate in that blade length without it becoming this big giant like pocket dagger, but not so compact that it's not really usable. It's just kind of fun for opening some packaging and those type of things. That 3-inch cutting edge can do a lot of food prep. It can do a lot of woods work. It can do a lot of utility tasks that you want your pocket knife that's in your pocket to do, regardless if it's breaking down packages for that new toy you ordered for your kids that just arrived at the doorstep, or if it's preparing that meal when you're camping or backpacking, or if you're carving and whittling around the campfire, or doing heavier tasks, doing gardening in the backyard, getting ready for spring, whatever it may be. This design with that really good grind angle of that full flat grind, that 3-inch cutting edge, and then the 3.3 just gives you good real estate to do just about anything that I've ever come in contact with when I need to use a pocket knife. And then on the flip side, the handle seems to just be right, be perfect on so many aspects that I look for, and that I know lots of people look for in a pocket knife. It's not too small, but it's not ginormous. The handle scales are going to come in about 4.65 inches overall. It's going to be 0.45 inches thick, so it's under ½ an inch thick. And the lightweight version, which I really connect with, comes in at 3 ounces for this size a knife. And what that means is, with the large size hands that I have here, wear large size gloves, as many of you regulars know here at the channel, you can see I got real estate out the back end there, so people with larger hands are going to be able to fill that out very nicely. It's nice and wide, but still being slim, so it fits in that pocket and doesn't feel like a tank in your pocket, but you really can grab onto that, and you have a really good spot there to be able to cut. You got that nice jimping there, and then you do have a choil that I can choke up and get really fine motor control skills and motor cuts that I need fine motor control skills for. I can do that with this tool, but that choil doesn't eat up that blade length like I talked about, and it's not something that you feel like you have to use to get that full real estate on the handle. So regardless if it's the blade or it's the handle, I feel like it's just right for just about every scenario you're going to need your pocket knife to do, both in blade performance but also in handle size and ergonomics. Now, reason number 2 is that anyone can use this blade. I know only 10% of the population are left-handed, but I have people in my family and that are close to me that are lefties that are always looking for a fully ambidextrous blade, and this knife hits it. The pocket clip is completely ambidextrous, the deployment hole completely ambidextrous, and the locking mechanism righties and lefties can use without issue. And there's some of my favorite ways to lock, deploy, and carry a pocket knife. This wire pocket clip is so thin and so inconspicuous that a lot of people won't even know you're carrying a pocket knife. And the way it's designed, it's going to give you just enough to pinch and pull out without it being a complete loop over deep ride. So it's good to be able to be used if you wear gloves a lot. You'll be able to deploy it easier than a lot of other knives. You are going to get that really good retention. It's really rigid, really holds it into place there, but it still has enough flex if need be. It's rounded, so it's not going to scratch your car or other metal things you might rub up against, and it's going to be a flat portion right underneath that pocket clip, so it's not going to destroy your clothes and wear out your pocket really fast, where a lot of other pocket knives do that. And it has it as a tip up option, which is the way I prefer to carry my blades. And same with this ball bearing locking mechanism. It's this little pillar construction there, has a little spring that pushes the blade and keeps it closed. And then you can either obviously deploy it and it'll engage and lock back perfectly right there. And what's really cool is that you can just pinch it back and it'll drop the blade into place, and you can even pull it back and whip the blade open without even touching the blade. So it's a really fun mechanism to use, and because you can pinch it on either side, righties and lefties will easily be able to do that. So it not only makes for a very fun, easy close or open if you wish, which I just really like to do. Anyone can do it, and it's gonna have a nice solid lockup. Right and left and up and down, rock solid with this particular style of locking mechanism. And finally, that thumb hole right there makes it so easy to deploy. It's nice, large, generous. Again, either side, regardless if you're right or left, will be able to use it. And it makes it so that you not only can do it a slow deployment if you like, but also you can just get your thumb in there and bam, whip that right open. It's a really fun mechanism. It's just a hole, but you know what I mean. To be able to deploy the blade, and it's not going to hinder certain types of sharpening tools. There are certain sharpening tools out there that clamp and have different angles, and sometimes thumb studs get in the way. This is not going to be an issue. So not only is it ambidextrous, it's very functional and easy to use and deploy, but it also isn't going to impede certain sharpening tools that you might be using. And reason number 3 is options. The Manix series has so many different options that basically you will be able to find a vibe and a flavor that meets what you're looking for. Regardless if it's a type of steel, there are so many different steel variants that are available, regardless if it's handle colors or handle combination materials. They have G10 versions or the lightweight, a little bit more popular it seems version right here with this polymer. Really has so many different options going on, as well as pricing depending on the type of steel and handle material you go with. It'll be able to hit a lot of budgets, a lot of variety in the steel, but also in handle design. They even have an XL version that's been floating around. I believe it's still in production. Now, I've had both the G10 heavier duty version, which is a really good robust blade, but I just love lightweight feel and vibe, and that's what I look for more often than not, and that's more what I gravitate to. So that's what I've been carrying now for several years. I've had their BD1 version, which will go for about $100. I've been carrying now for over a year. Shout out to you, Matt, for hooking me up with this Maximit version, which is super premium. This guy's gonna go for about $200. I've literally had to put this on a ceramic rod one time, and this usually rides in my pocket about 2 times a week on average for over a year and gets used quite frequently, and the steel is bananas. And then this newest version that is also available, which is in a teal handle currently, and it's going to be rocking SPY CPM27. So CPM27 SPY steel performs very similarly to S30V, not only in its edge retention, but also in its stainless steel properties. So kind of cool. And Spyderco is known for doing all kinds of different out of the box, not really well known or unique to them batches of different types of steel, but a CPM product that we know made here in Colorado, USA. Earth is awesome. That's what it says right there. There you go. About an hour from where I live. Super, super cool with that. And that's a really good kind of middle of the road, in my opinion, that comes in about $140. I picked this up over on GP Knives. We will have a bunch of the distributors and affiliate links for you guys below. Blade HQ, GP Knives, as well as Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Even LA Police Gear carries a lot of Spydercos, as well as Amazon. So go ahead and check those links for you below. If one of these tools is connecting with you, we do really appreciate it. Well, there you go, folks. I hope that you have enjoyed this video as much as I have as we go down memory lane, and I'm able to just share with you the 3 reasons why I believe the Spyderco Manix series is just my favorite. It's my favorite, guys. And week after week, I come back to it. I put it in my pocket. I use it in so many different scenarios, so many different environments over the years, from the backcountry to around the home, going to the office, just living my life, the Manix series just does everything that I need out of my pocket knives most of the times. And there are so many great options out there, not only from Spyderco, but so many other brands that I love and use as well. But if you were to ask me that one-stop shop, my favorite pocket knife, if my whole house burned down and I lost all of my knives, what would be the very first pocket knife I would go out and purchase? It would be a variant of the Spyderco Manix 2. And so, guys, thank you so much for coming over today. I hope this video has been fun, entertaining, but also giving you some really good food for thought and data so you can make a wise choice. Is this the right pocket knife to throw in your rotation? Or if there's something else in general that maybe you're looking at, maybe for pricing or other reasons. That's what I always want to do in these type of videos, is just have fun with you, talk about gear that we love, but also give you good data and reasons on why it either meets a need or maybe it doesn't. So appreciate you guys so much. Feel free to leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer any questions that maybe I missed in this video. I invite you to subscribe and watch the other video popping up right now. We're throwing up content like this every single week, week in, week out. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.